Over the past few years, I've come to realize that as football fans, comparison has become second nature at this point. It's almost like we can't watch a player without immediately asking, who does he remind me of, or is he better than this guy or that legend? And understandably, part of that comes from love. Love for our clubs, loyalty to our favorite players, and nostalgia for what we grew up watching. But I think somewhere along the way, comparisons stopped being just fun debate and became a barrier preventing us from appreciating the greatness right in front of us. I mean, understandably, some football fans have lived through eras that have shaped them. Watching players like Thierry Henry glide past defenders like they were training cones, watching players like Ronaldinho play football like it was a dance, and players like Zinedine Zidane, Sergio Ramos, Casillas, and of course, the two titans that defined an entire generation, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. And after witnessing icons like these, you would actually think that we know how to recognize greatness early. But ironically, the opposite has happened, because right in front of us, two modern-day giants, Kylian Mbappé and Erling Haaland, are doing things players simply shouldn't be able to do. And instead of enjoying it, we're dissecting flaws, creating narratives, and arguing about penalties and league strength. We're repeating the same mistakes we made with Ronaldo and Messi when many of us didn't appreciate them enough during their peak years. I mean, just think about the milestones we've seen over the past few days for these two players. Mbappé became the youngest footballer to ever reach 400 goals at the age of 26. That alone is something you would expect from a player in his early 30s nearing the twilight of his career, not someone still entering his prime. And Haaland, he's recently just bagged his 38th goal of the season. Yes, you heard that right, 38th goal of the season, and it's only a few strikes away from hitting 40 goals. And we're only in November. This man has been in England for just 3 seasons and we're already numb to the numbers that used to be historical. And it's not just the stats, it's the context. No one has been able to put up the numbers Erling Haaland is putting up before January. There is no one in the history of football who has been able to score 30 plus goals in a season before January. Let that sink in. In an era of packed schedules, injuries, tactical rotations, and improved defensive system, Haaland is still scoring at a rate football hasn't seen since peak Ronaldo and Messi era, and even they weren't able to score 30 plus goals before January. Mbappé, on the other hand, has more goals at age 26 than any forward in football history. We're talking more than Ronaldo, Messi, R9, Henry, Lewandowski, Zlatan, Shearer. Should I keep going? And he's done that while spending most of his career out on the left-hand side, carrying both PSG and France on his shoulders in moments that define careers. You might think they're doing crazy stuff this season, but I mean, go back 2 years ago. Haaland walked into the Premier League, arguably the most physically demanding league in world football, and shattered a decades-old gold record like it was nothing. In his debut season, he helped Manchester City win a historic treble and made it look like it was a routine. And Mbappé, I mean, we all remember that 2022 World Cup performance, a hat-trick in the biggest match in the sport, a moment where a 23-year-old almost single-handedly dragged his country to another title. You could feel the world holding its breath every time he touched the ball. These aren't normal players. These aren't good players. These are generational monsters. And yet, some fans are out there saying Mbappé is scoring too many penalties. Others are saying Erling Haaland isn't complete enough. But to be honest, what does complete even mean anymore? Football has evolved. There is no universal template. What matters is impact, and these two are producing impact on a scale we've barely seen before. Haaland's offside numbers are ridiculous. Fewer than 20 offsides in his entire career. That's not luck. That's elite timing, elite awareness, and elite intelligence. Mbappe's one-on-one finishing is second only to Haaland, and even then it's a debate. His acceleration is not normal. His ability to shift direction at full speed is something defenders can never prepare for. And the thing people are still overlooking is these players are still improving. Haaland is refining his link-up play this season. Mbappé is evolving his positioning and leadership this season as well. Both have already played and delivered on some of the biggest stages. Both have been producing elite numbers for years, and both are carrying the mantle in a football world desperate for new icons. And what makes them even more impressive is how they conduct themselves. No outfield chaos, no ego battles, no drama chasing headlines, just two young men obsessed with scoring goals and breaking limits. They praise each other, focus on their craft, and try to stay away from the noise. And personally, as someone who's watched Cristiano Ronaldo dominate at Real Madrid and now watching Mbappé as well in a Real Madrid shirt, I'll admit, I've criticized Madrid sometimes for how they use Kylian Mbappé, but that's out of wanting him to be used to his full potential. And despite all of that, he's still scoring goals. He's still delivering. That's insane. And Haaland, you can't coach what he does off the ball. The timing, the anticipation, the reading of defenders' movements, it's freakish. He looks like a striker built in a lab, but with the instinct of someone who has been doing this for decades. And that's why I'm making this video, to be honest, because many fans today are numb, spoiled, and eager to poke holes instead of celebrating brilliance. Some of us are lucky to have lived through the Messi and Ronaldo era, and to be honest, I was part of the crew that were complaining while watching two players who are on your own trajectory towards legendary status. We've been blessed with these eras before, Neymar, Lewandowski, Suarez, Bale, Modric, Iniesta, Xavi, just to name a few. But now we stand at the beginning of another chapter, a new era, a two-headed takeover of world football. Mbappe and Haaland obviously won't be like Messi and Ronaldo, but there'll be something different. That's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it exciting. There'll be something unique. There'll be something uniquely theirs. And I hope people start to appreciate your brilliance now, not 10 years from today when we're watching documentaries about your rise. Because right in front of us, two giants are climbing, and it would honestly be a shame to realize their greatness only after the story is over. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As usual, any feedback from you guys would be greatly appreciated.